take 3. I want to be fully transparent. I don't really care if they see this, because it's kind of bullshit in my opinion. So I walk into the dealership and ask for the service manager. And as I'm looking around, I can kind of see into the back room, and the bike is exactly where they parked it whenever I left a month ago. A month ago as of yesterday. I don't say anything to him about this, but I start with introducing myself. I own the white Sportster S with the TBR exhaust. Let's hear for some top end noise. It's like, oh yeah. And that's immediately when he started to look annoyed. So I don't know if he was annoyed with me or annoyed with Harley Davidson and their technicians. We talked for about 20 minutes about how his hands are tied, he can't do anything. Maybe if I would have bought the bike from him, he would be able to do a little more from me whenever I brought up the topic of, maybe I'm just tired of this bike and you should just buy it from me, because I'm tired of it. I mean, I'm missing content, I'm missing rides with my friends, which is leisure, but YouTube is kind of a thing that needs to happen. I need content for you guys. And I didn't express the whole YouTube thing to him, because he doesn't need my life story, but I told him, listen, I'm repeating myself, but buy the bike from me. Make me an offer. Tell your sales team to make me an offer. He said, well, if you would have bought it from me, I'd be able to do more for you. I shut down. I was done. I took the sticky note, walked out. He said, we'll be in contact. I said, yep. And I closed the door and I left. So I call customer service. They give me the reference number, whole thing. And just in case you need Harley Davidson's customer service number, there you go. Backwards for you, I think. Yeah. They give me the reference number. I call them, sit on hold for about 20 minutes before anybody answers. I get it. It's a call center. The most helpful person that was willing to listen and give me advice on what I need to do to get something done with their service team. And don't get me wrong, their whole team and aside from the manager, for some reason, has been fantastic. I mean, the techs in there are friendly and will bullshit and joke with you. The service advisors, they know their shit. They're like, oh man, I love that bike. If you need anything, just let me know. And I guess the service manager didn't feel the same way. But I can't imagine how much bullshit he sees in a day, I guess it's a bunch of angry old dudes. I'm just the young guy that owns a Sportster S, only financing starting at $15,000, $16,000 bike, So anyway, I bring it to her attention. I tell you the same thing that I told them, and she's like, that is some bullshit. I told her about my motorcycle accident. It became a therapy session, really. She didn't really need to know everything that I told her, but I did tell her that I do YouTube. I need this bike. It's a fun toy, yeah, but it's also a tool. I need the bike. She's get it. I'm sorry. And I told her, listen, I'm not expecting you to call this guy and tear him a new one. That's not what I expect. All I'm asking is for a update on what's happening from Harley, an unbiased party, and some advice. I mean, what can I do to get this done? She said there's, as much as I hate to say it, there's nothing that you can do. It's out of your hands. It's between us and them. It's not what I wanted to hear, but you know, it is what it is. As for what's going on, she said there's no need or reason or tear down on the schedule, which, by the way, the service manager told me, oh, you're tentatively on the schedule for this week for full teardown. I'm like, okay, great. That'll tell us exactly what's going on. And my brain goes to, you know, the V8s that I've worked on. The V8s that I've worked on that, you know, to diagnose anything, you got to take the heads off, you got to drop the oil pan. But, you know, those things are the Sportster S, there's so much going on with that bike that there's other things that need to be checked. I mean, overhead cams, check the tensioners on the God, I can't even think. I'm just worked up. I didn't know where to go. So I got all the updates and all that. There's more clearances they need to check. And I was walking in, getting ready to raise some more hell, and they're tearing the bike apart. And it wasn't a, oh, let's tear it apart now that he's walking in and a wrench on something, you know? It was, according to what the lady on the other end at customer service told me, oh my God, I can't think. The timing changed. Fucking tensioners. There's tensioners on there that needed to be checked, and there's more than that. So checked it. They're in there checking it now. As I was walking in, they had the valve covers off, and he was actively checking the clearances and tension on those chains. And I feel like something is being done now, but the service manager is still resentful. And I even told the lady on the phone, listen, I'm getting resentful of my purchase. You know, I was in a motorcycle accident in March, wrecked a Kawasaki, and I loved that bike. I loved it. It was my bike. It was my first street bike, and honestly, I'd still be riding it if I could. But I wanted to go American. I wanted to go Harley because there's a culture around this, and I want to know what it's about. And here I am getting screwed over, getting told nothing. And I want to know why. Why is this happening? What do I need to do differently that's not being accepted here, you know? Just like you're not doing anything wrong. I don't want to throw them under the bus, but it seems like they're not doing something that they should be. Like, great, wonderful, glad I trusted these guys. Not that I trust the dealership that I bought it from to begin with. Either way, I'm rambling. I went back in there, they're tearing it apart, they're checking the tolerances and clearances. So I'm hoping that I hear something back within the week about what's happening and what needs to be done. and he put it in my head that they may not cover something. I'm like, why? Why would they not cover something in a bike that I purchased in April? I mean, it's July. So I'll let you guys know if I get any other updates. This was supposed to be a short, and it ended up being 10 minutes. So I'll let you know what happens. I'm just going to upload this raw. Peace.